Being in the outdoors is fun. Obviously there's risks involved, and knowing first aid is very helpful. We've got Michael here today. Michael, tell us about your background.
My background is a medic in the Army, deployed 4 times overseas, a paramedic in the ambulance service and a paramedic in the mining industry now.
What sort of things can we run into when we're in the outdoors?
When we're in the outdoors, it's obviously a very rough environment, and dealing with vehicles going through over rough terrain, there's a number of things that can happen. If you could potentially fall over, injure yourself, break an arm, break a leg, something like that. So you need to know some splinting techniques as well. And as part of that too, lacerations, you know, wherever you're going, things might be sharp rocks, sticks sticking out, those sorts of things. So you need to be able to learn how to control bleeding as well.
One thing that we would forget easily is when something does go wrong, how to communicate to get help. What sort of things do we have to take with us for that? Well,
the first thing is if something happens, stay with your vehicle. This thing is easier to find than a person wandering through the bush lost. So stay with your vehicle. Just about every vehicle nowadays has UHF radios. You can hire sat phones, you can hire EPIRBs or even have your own EPIRB nowadays, and they're actually quite good with the digital EPIRBs. You can light a fire, use smoke to locate your position, and even V-sheets is a big orange sheet with a black V in it to try and signal for help. It's important to have a current first aid course and that people in your group are trained in first aid, not just one person. It's also important to have a well-stocked first aid kit such as this one here. Anytime you go out in the bush, you should make sure you have a well-stocked kit. You should have things in here like dressings to control bleeding. You should have enough snakebite bandages such as these heavy crepes here to cover an entire leg. And as we love camping, having campfires and those sorts of things, you might burn yourself, so you need to have some burns dressings in there.
Is there anything that we need to change on this kit if we were going on a bigger trip with more people?
Each vehicle should have a first aid kit, but depending on the size of the group, you might need more equipment in each one, depending on how many numbers you have.
If we were to go to a different environment, say for example North Queensland where it's more humid, should we change this or do we need to add anything to this kit?
So if you're going somewhere like North Queensland, I'll be more concerned about reptiles, crocodiles, snakes, those sorts of things, and even mosquito bites, as opposed to somewhere like the high country where you've got a better chance of having a cold injury.
No worries, thanks for that, man.
Thanks, mate.